Good evening, everybody. This is Leo Volont. Welcome to my home, an informal evening with Leo Volont. Well, tonight, as I decided I just speak of Kundalini Yoga. My only initiation is in a system of Kundalini Yoga. But it's in my White Light Paramahansa Swan Dream series. It's part 3, paragraph 45 and 46. I speak of my cynicism in regards to my guru's own system. It just doesn't seem like Kundalini. There's no Pingala, Edian, Sushuma channels with energy, and it's and the most famous book written about the Kundalini was by Gopi Krishna back in 1970, and he speaks of just being in a crisis. It almost killed him. A lot of literature speaks about how dangerous the Kundalini is, and you go online, just search, and a lot of the videos about Kundalini are cautionary. It's telling you to watch out. But my guru's system is safe and mild, and he just talks about a pressure sensation. It just seems kind of pranic and airy to me. It doesn't seem like the Kundalini. But it is something. But, well, also my guru's dead. I had an understanding with my guru. Simpatico. We understood each other. But since he died, whenever a guru dies, it goes from being a spiritual organization to being a business. It's a guru has a lot of copyrighted material, and people are going to jump in and make money off of all that stuff. So I don't even want to give the name of my guru, give the name of the system, because Indian people are very litigious. I don't want to have to deal with any lawyers. And so we're not talking about that. We're talking about this. Let's call it like clear energy yoga. But understand that, well, there's people running around who thinks that pranic airy energy is just another type of Kundalini. I'll just let that go. But yeah, how did I get started and all that? Well, it's probably at college, or even the year before college. I had already been doing like dream work and looking into astral projection, and that got me into the spiritual section in bookstores. And when I went to college, university towns have great bookstores. So I knew to look at spiritual stuff. And one of the things a lot of people, when they want to relax, they go for walks. But when I was at college, what I did to relax was I'd go to the college library and I'd walk around and just pull random books off the shelf and read a page or two. That was how I relaxed. And there was this small book about spirituality. It was sort of Vedantic language. It was from India. And I just opened a book, and right where I opened it and right where I started reading, it said, "In the presence of a god or saint, one's third eye opens." Well, okay, I read it, but I wasn't invested in this book. I was just relaxing, so that's cool. Put the book back. Well, later I was heading back to my dorm room, and I was going through the main building, and there was this poster up. It was a promotional poster for something that was going on. It's started like 5 minutes ago. It was some Indian guru had showed up, and he was giving a lecture, an introduction. And so I walked through the door, and there was this a pressure sensation in my forehead. Well, yeah, it might have been anybody in there, like anybody could have been a god or a saint, but I just assumed it's either the guru standing up there, or it's one of his entourage. It was either the guru or somebody that hangs around with the guru, and that impressed me, and so, well, I took down the phone number and everything. He was staying with the Sharmas in Pleasantville, and I didn't have a car. So I went, well, I'm not going to go out to Pleasant, figure out how to go those miles to get an initiation. I could have probably just asked, hey, is anyone else interested in this stuff and has a car? But the way I figured it at the time was I just get a group of people together that wanted the initiation, and then I could just dial the number and call the Sharmas where the guru was staying and say, hey, I got this group ready to go. It's when can we schedule initiation? And so I just did it with the telephone. And so, I don't know, a week or two later, the guru shows up, and I have around 10 or 15 people. Mrs. Sharma she didn't think that there was enough donations. And I told everybody, I said, hey, the guru is going to expect donations. However, I'm not the one who's collected. I'm the one telling you where it will be and what time it will be. And donations, I don't want to get involved in that. That's not where I'm coming from. I just want the guru to come to campus. I don't have a car. That's my angle. On this. So anyway, Mrs. Sharma was giving me this rash of crap, and I just shrugged my shoulders. I threw $50 into the donations, and that would cover their gas. And it's not like they turned down a booking at the Carnegie Hall in order to do this little thing on campus. It was right in the break room, the little kitchenette break room in the dorms. That's where everybody was collected. Well, I called the guru. He hears out of the corner of his ears, he hears Mrs. Sharma giving me this rash of crap about donations, and he clears his throat or something and just gives her that look where, this isn't about that. And honestly, I went, oh, okay. Guru's kind of cool. He passed my test. But anyway, the initiation was simple. The first initiation, it was basically, it's Shakti put. It's transfer of energy by touch or approximate touch. It's what he did is he just touched you right there and said, and the rest of it was, okay, concentrate about an inch back from where I touched you. That's your third eye. Now concentrate an inch back here. You will feel an energy, pressure sensation. Just a pressure sensation. It's mild, but you'll feel it or you don't. So just concentrate on that. Oh, there was this little crisis. They're supposed to have a bell. It's not really a bell. It's one of those Indian things. They just hammer some brass, and it's more of a clang than a ding. Clang. The bell goes dong, Doom, his Indian bells go clang, clang. But anyway, they left it home. And it was a crisis for them. So I just looked around. It was a kitchenette, and there was a ceramic cup and a spoon. And I went, ding! It's the guru looks over, and he makes that face like, yeah, in fire or flood, that will be good enough, So he says, yeah, he just took it, and it's the person he was in, and went, the next initiation went, ding! He says, that vibration, you should feel that in the pressure sensation. It worked out fine. But that's all it was. And the instructions were, okay, it's meditate, concentrate on that for 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at the evening. The point of that is you don't want that pressure sensation to fully go away. If it goes away, it goes away. You don't want it to go away. And it's next week, I'll come back for the second initiation. If you get a headache, that's actually a good thing, because the headache means that it worked. It's almost working too good. But just come back and we'll take care of the headache. So, okay, that was it. But it's, even if it worked for you, it's like it worked for me. I went, oh yeah, there's pressure sensation inside my head, and yeah, I guess I'll meditate on it. It's basically, when they say 10, whenever people tell you 10 minutes this, 10 minutes that, that's shorthand, don't you? It just, if he tells you that the point is that he doesn't want it to go away, then every time you think about it, you go, okay, it's still there. Okay, it's still there. That's your 10 minutes. Oh, okay, it's still there. Okay, yeah, short 10 minutes. But a lot of people, it's like around 15 people were there, and the next week it's just half that many. It's people it either didn't take, or it was so unimpressive it's just so unimpressive they just didn't care. Or people who actually got a headache went, oh man, that just gave me a headache, man. Screw that guy. Like some people don't listen. But yeah, it's the next week. It was a tailbone. It's they had really cold iced tea, and we all had like styrofoam cups, and we got it, and he'd reach behind your chair and just rub your tailbone, not sexually, it just rubbed the tail. You could tell he was uncomfortable with rubbing people's tailbones. So this was not, he wasn't touching people's asses. He was squirming. He didn't like doing what he had to do. But he'd rub the tailbone and get you to drink the iced tea, and says, okay, when you swallow, follow the swallow and imagine it going all the way. It only goes down to your stomach, but you can feel it start going down your esophagus, and you just keep that feeling going down to your tailbone. And it's like the ajna. You should just feel a little bit of pressure there. After you're done, you go, do you feel that? You go, feel what? A little, it's your tailbone. Is there a little pressure sensation there? You go, I guess so. Good enough. The third, and that was so unimpressive that it's by the time the crown chakra initiation came, well, that was a big deal. And, but there was only 3 people there for it. Everybody else just got disinterested. One guy was into Ouspensky books, and I started reading Ouspensky books. Ouspensky, there's some spiritual people. You can be charismatic like hell, and that really works in spirituality. And so here was this really charismatic person just with kind of obvious spirituality, but obvious spirituality with a commanding voice. Yeah, I see where the guy's coming from. The other guy, oh Jesus, he was this tall, quiet, calm. He had this dignity, this black kid, and he had everyone's sort of poor, right? He didn't have a car or anything, but he had the whole set of Theosophical Society books. It was like an encyclopedia, and he was really serious, and he had other books around, and I don't know why he's not the world messiah right now. He really impressed me. But some people, maybe he was just passive. Some people don't bother to reach for what's really within their grasp. And that's what might have happened to him. Or he's the same age I am. Maybe we'll see him. Maybe he'll pop up. And I wonder I think I'd still even recognize him. But he was there. But anyway, this was semi-private. There was the guru and his assistant, but it was just one one initiate in the room at a time. And it's because he'd ask questions and he didn't want the other initiates to know what the answers were. And so this one, he just flat, 4 fingers, he went, bop, right here. That's the crown. Not the crown chakra's not here, it's back a ways. He bopped it and then just pulled his hand up and started swirling around. And it was weird right away because you don't feel somebody's hand that isn't touching your head. But as soon as he bopped, he was able to sort of pull energy up. And what you did is you felt the energy, and you felt the energy on his hand. And so you sort of felt where his hand was, but you felt it as being in this energy. And he just sort of swirled it around for a few minutes and, pulling it up and swirling it around. And then not a minute goes by. And then he stopped and he goes, okay, what did you feel? Well, no one's more glib than, I'm a East Coast fast talker, and I'm being at a loss for words is not in my portfolio. That's not one of my skills. And so I was surprised. I went, it's like, I couldn't focus. I couldn't find words. I couldn't make my tongue work. And then, him and his assistant laughed. They went, I guess that one took. That was the answer to the question. That's why the other initiates aren't allowed in the room. It's because if you're really glib and really have it together, apparently that's sort of a big question mark on the initiation. So, well, hey, that's it. It's let me read my notes before we continue. Okay. The next initiation, you had to wait a year for that, and besides, it's the guru had to go back to India, and then you'd have to get enough money for an airline ticket the next year, and that was a big question mark. He wasn't the biggest guru in the world back then. He was probably just starting out. That's why Mrs. Sharma was giving me such hard time. She was looking at that money. But yeah, he did come back, and this initiation was supposed to be a huge, big deal. It was the sun and moon universal initiation. It was like, I thought that meant cosmic consciousness. Yeah, I was all really geared up. I had a great year. It's that crown initiation. Those people who blew this off, they were idiots. It's the crown. They call it the crown chakra, not because it's the crown of your head. It's because you're wearing a friggin' crown. It's you can pile up energy up like this, and if you try to get to a peak, you can peak it, but the reason you know it's not of just imagination is because it's limited. It's you have a halo, just like look at Tibetan art, Buddhist art, and you see the circle they draw around people's heads, and they draw crowns. There's these lamas wearing crowns. Those aren't crowns. That's their crown chakra. And what you can do is, and it's not always the same thing. When the guru was swirling it, he was giving you a hint. This stuff moves. So you can actually sort of set up a crown, and you can actually like a little propeller, one of those little propeller hats that kids wear. You can actually set up your crown chakra, and you can swirl it. You can sit there and if anybody can see your aura, they'll flip when they see you doing that. When if you walk into the room and you have a moving, twirling crown chakra, boy, that's hip. But yeah, for a whole year I was walking around like that. I had a friend. It's not a best friend that you'd sort of pick if you could pick a best friend, but sometimes a guy's just your best friend because he's your best friend. Well, my best friend was tight with a coven of witches and warlocks. No, I never went to a meeting, but he'd tell me about them, and he'd say, Leo, it's they're trying to steal your energy. Do you ever feel that? And I go, no, it's not bothering me. So if that's what makes them happy, it's fine. Oh, and the head witch. This was a young coven. It's a finer young woman's never existed. She was beautiful, and she was very polite. She was very engaging, very bright eyes. I always look forward to seeing her, and we'd have a little 5-minute chat. But she never said anything evil. But that's when I had that dream. It's like in the Elijah's Cave of Prayer. It's which video did that come up in? Oh yeah, that was Black Sins and Red Sins. But yeah, Elijah goes, "Behold, the principalities of the sky vie for thy soul." And well, like I said in the video, it's Then he had to explain to me, the difference between good and evil. So I decided, if you have to pick sides, you just can't buddy around. If you can't let your social circle draw you into evil. It's in a very Don Quixote kind of way. I just said, nah, I ride the white horses around here. I'm good. Yeah, I don't act it, but if I have to pick sides, I'm good. But anyway, that's what I did. Oh, damn! Everyone in that coven, they ended up. Everyone I know, it's my friend, died of brain cancer. But the first to go was that lovely young woman. The last time I saw her, she had this Band-Aid turban on her head. they had shaved her head and they were trying radiation therapy and all that, but she was dead in a few months. Can you cross yourself? Yeah, she was nice to me. But I think, was it bounce back for trying to steal my energy? Probably it was this, they found their own lab for drugs. They had a lab and the lab killed them. That's probably what happened. But anyway, a year goes by and there's this Sun, Moon, Universal Cosmic Consciousness Initiation. And this time the assistant wasn't even in the room. This was private. It was doctor and patient. There was confidentiality here. It's nobody would ever know. So it was just a guided meditation. Oh, your consciousness rises up to the moon. Now your consciousness rises up to the sun. Now you're conscious of everything. And so she goes through all that. It took like 2 minutes. Then he goes, okay, what did you feel? And I just went, Swami, it's, 2 out of 3 is not bad. I said, no, I got nothing from that. It's, I'm glad I'm glad I had this nice crown chakra thing going on, but this one left me behind. And so the guru didn't skip a beat. He just went, well, you can't let you go away empty-handed. So I'm going to give you the gate and key initiation. That's not mentioned in any of his books. He's never mentioned that in any of his lectures. A gate and key initiation? And he didn't do anything. He talked you through it. He says, okay, I want you to get all the energy you can into your Ajna chakra and build up your crown chakra. And I go, yeah, it's already fired up, Swami, already fired up. He says, okay, good. Now, pull that energy from your Ajna chakra over the top of your palate and pull some of that crown energy down into the back of your head and swivel your head around. Okay, the swivel point. Find the swivel point. Okay, you got the swivel point? Okay, now ball up the energy. As much energy as you can concentrate there, just ball it up. Now, you don't want to go big. Everybody wants to go big. This is small. You got to go small. You got to get that down to the size of a pea. How big is it now? I went, well, it's a friggin' golf ball. It says, yeah, that's where we start. That's where everybody starts. Now, just like an onion, just peel that onion, just tighten it up, get it smaller. Don't hurry. This is going to take a couple minutes. And so I did. Yeah, it's just a trick. You can point your tongue. He says, oh, you can, if you lose the swivel point, just point your tip of your tongue up at the swivel point. And that way your tongue's pointing there too. I went, oh, good tip. So, small. I went, Swami, it's beginning to oscillate. He went, good. It doesn't oscillate like that unless it's good to go. It's small enough to go. Now, the swivel point, that's the top of your spine. All you have to do is get that oscillating little pea, just get it down past the top of your spine. Just get it down past. It's right on top, or it's in the middle now. That's the key. That ball joint on top of your spine, that's the gate. Just get it through the gate. Drop it through the gate. Drop it through the gate. I went, okay. Whoa! As soon as I dropped it through the gate, the pressure sensation in my ajna, and the crown chakra was a pressure sensation, and the tailbone thing was a pressure sensation. My whole body, it was a pressure sensation. I went, huh? You just felt inside your body. It's like you feel your skin, but do you feel inside? And no, you can't sort of feel where your organs are, sort of, but where you know your chakras are, it's like you can, okay, I'm opening my throat chakra. I'm opening my heart chakra. Okay, here's this chakra, there's that chakra. Okay, cool. Well, that's what you can do. And, well, does everyone else miss that? I met people later in life who were high initiates, and I had this exercise. It's you twirl your thumbs. It's like I read it's a Zen book by Hung Po, and it mentioned a one finger exercise, and so I was thinking, well, what can you do with one finger? Well, thank God I found this before I had to do every possible thing I could with my finger. But anyway, I found out that this does nothing. You can do this until you get tired and nothing happens. Stop. When you stop twiddling your fingers, your energy collapses into center. It's all the energy that's outside of your chakras. It just tightens in on the chakras. It tightens in on the spine. It tightens in on your head. And what you can do is all your energy is concentrated. And so what you can do is it's easy just to bring all that energy up into your head once it's in your spine. And so it's a great little exercise. But these people, they were new initiates. I was a 30-year initiate, and they looked at me like I was from friggin' Mars. I would thought, oh wait, they don't feel body energy. What they must have done was when the guru gave them that bullshit guided meditation for the universal consciousness, they went along with it. When the guru asked them, what did you get? They should have told the truth. They went, Swami, I just got bullshit. And he goes, okay, I'm ready for that. Here's a gate and key initiation, which was probably the real deal. Oh, that probably helps me with singing. It's, the air column I was talking about, every human being is born with his own musical instrument. It's the air column. Well, you can feel, not just feel, but you can see in a funny way. You can see the resonating pockets and the resonating swirls, and that's why you close your eyes when you're singing so that you can really see it better. And it's like you do it a few times, because if you try for something where you know that it sounds really neat if you can make two things touch, and so the next time you go, and you get them to touch, and you get a nice resonation buzz. I don't know how you can do that without the gate and key initiation. Other people obviously do, but this definitely helps. But about initiations, it's I don't think you really need a guru, and this is that's why I'm afraid of being sued. I don't think you need them. It's like you know how lightning rods work. A lightning rod isn't just a big bar of metal. They work better if you sharpen them. So a sharp point draws energy. So I think if you hold, I found this out, like pyramid power. I actually built pyramids, but I found out cones work. Finally, I found out any damn thing with a point works. So you point that in, and the point draws the energy out of your Ajna chakra. And, well, if it draws the energy out, guess what? You just opened the Ajna chakra. So you feel that, and you go, oh, okay, you feel that? Okay. Now, is it there after you pull the pen away? Uh-huh. Keep it there. keep it there. And then the next week, you just point the thing at your tailbone. If you get a headache, they say if it gives you a headache, you gotta release the energy. You've got to let it come down. And now it doesn't come down through the gate. That's obvious. It's just sort of like it's pranic area energy. I think this isn't Kundalini. It's Prana. Prana. Friggin' liars. It's Prana. So you can do that. Now, I don't know. It's like the crown chakra, but remember, it's not the top of your head. It's like the back top corner. And you just, if you can pull energy up through the top of your head, you can give yourself a crown initiation. It's save your money. It's let me, if anybody can give themselves an initiation, leave it in comments. Oh, hey, this might be it for this video. It's going kind of long. Have a good evening, everybody. Take care.